Got a secret, can you keep it? Swear this one you'll save. Better lock it in your pocket, taking this one to the grave. And she cried over nothing. So there was nothing I could do to stop.
Today's gender is gallantly not giving a fuck while some of society has a complete meltdown over your very existence. You beautiful bitch, you keep driving them crazy.
Hey everyone, I just witnessed a historic vote at City Hall here in Kansas City. They decided to sign a resolution saying that Kansas City could become our safe haven for gender inclusive care. Essentially, they are saying that they will not enforce the horribly transphobic laws that Missouri and Kansas are fighting so hard to push on us all, and I think that's amazing. Tomorrow, City Council will vote on this resolution, and with any luck, this beautiful city will become the transit city in the Midwest.
I know I'm trans. 2018, transitioned, long process, can't forget it. And I pass as cisgender, which I love, but even still, I sometimes forget that people don't just know that I'm trans. There was one time I was talking with my best guy friend. We had been friends for over a year at this point, and it was before I got phalloplasty, and I was telling him how excited I was about it, and I was like, I can't wait to get this new phallus, and we're deep in the conversation at this point, like I'm talking about the dimensions I want, and then finally he looks at me and he goes, "You're getting a phallus?" I was like, "Yeah?" And he goes, "Why do you need two?" And like, that's when you know you've made it. You know, when people don't even think that you might be trans, they're just like, "Two what? That's crazy. Can I do that?"
Well, I can't believe it. Yet another person who has absolutely no knowledge. So as I've talked about before, I was actually born intersex. That's something that you can learn about if you just, I don't know, Google. I was born with actually both reproductive organs, and my parents did that thing that all of you assholes want to whine about and actually changed my gender at birth. I was a month old and they did reconstructive surgery. The thing that all of you think that parents are doing, they did to me. Now let's go to the hips, because I was actually born with a genetic condition, a genetic maldeformity of the hips that can only occur in someone assigned female at birth.
Oh my gosh, I wonder how that happened.
Oh, that's simple. I got it from my mother. And as for this male brain pattern thing, actually there is a difference between a male and female brain, but it has to do with chromosomal makeup and how you process information, and that's part of the reason why testosterone and I didn't get along, because my brain is actually female. And my parents gave me the wrong hormones, and here we are.
If I remember right, they told you your brain was craving estrogen because you had a female brain.
Yes, that would be exactly correct. And as for bone density, since every single person wants to bring that up, actually bone density varies from person to person to person. It has nothing to do with gender or assigned sex at birth. It has more to do with just person and, what am I thinking of? Oh yeah, heritage. And if you're talking about my bone density specifically, I've actually lost bone density because I've been on HRT for almost 2 years to counteract what my asshole parents did to me when I was a child by making me go through puberty so that I look like this, sound like this, and have to deal with people like you. So that's right, person on the internet who knows absolutely nothing about my life. Before I was even a year old, I was not even completely a month old, my parents went through and had gender reassignment surgery done to me, and then when puberty didn't kick in for me when I was around 13, 14, I got special medicine for it. But it's so wonderful that you think you know shit and know everything about me. Now you do me a favor. You stare at the Care Bear and you have a nice fucking day.
It's not every day you get to see the whole leopards eating faces thing happening in real time. But that's exactly what's happening to trans woman Kelly Cadigan, who decided that after being able to access gender-affirming care herself as a teenager, that she was going to pull the ladder up behind her and try and be the next Blair White. Speaking out against gender-affirming care, non-binary people are making some extremely concerning comments about slavery. And she just decided to really go in on the whole pick me brand and outwardly try and win the respect of the right wing, thinking that they would show her any respect. And unsurprisingly, in a shock to absolutely no one, leopards' faces. So in the past couple of weeks, Kelly's made a few comments about how she believes she should be awarded special privileges within the transphobe space because she passes. She genuinely thinks that she should be afforded privileges that other trans people don't get because people think she's pretty. And she's now finding out the hard way that that's not how that works when it comes to literal fucking bigots. She's currently upset because a lot of these right-wing conservatives are attacking her appearance. Something they love to do, like comment on nose shape or jaw shape to try and deny trans women any femininity. And she's also very upset that transphobes refuse to refer to her as a woman, saying, so I can respect calling women biological instead of cis, but you guys can't respect me not wanting to be called a TIM or a trans-identified male. So hypocritical. Making videos saying, please stop using the word trans-identified males. They're not gonna fucking do that, Callie. They don't view you as a woman. Like, I'm sure a couple of conservative chasers told you that they view you as a woman because they're attracted to you. But this group of people that you're trying to grift towards do not view you as a woman and will never view you as a woman. She's also extremely angry that she's not getting any bathroom privileges because all the transphobes are still saying that she shouldn't be allowed to use the women's restroom. So she says, predators will continue to be predators regardless of laws. I'm using the women's bathroom like I have for the past 7 years without issue. Like, that is literally the argument of trans people, that there is absolutely no danger of people using bathrooms. These conservatives don't believe that and never will. You betrayed your own community, pulled up the ladder behind you to try and grift to this group of people who will never respect you, who will never view you as a woman, and who will never view you as a human being. And now we're in real time watching her figure that out. She had this entitled white woman thinking that she was going to be awarded special privileges because of how she looks. And so it didn't matter to her how many other trans people she threw under the bus to get there. She wanted those special privileges. She wanted to be the special pick-me that the conservatives love. And now she's obviously realising that being dehumanised constantly every second of the day by these people isn't good. And she's discovering why almost every other queer person has a complete zero tolerance policy for these people. Why we do not entertain bigots, leopards, faces.
This video is for my trans sisters. Hey girl, I know it's hard right now. The world feels more and more exclusionary every day, especially in the US and the UK. And once again, our bodies and our identities have been thrust into the spotlight and our basic human rights are being debated publicly. Even our right to exist in some places. And it feels like our existence has become a radical political statement, even though we didn't choose it to be. And if you're anything like me, times like these can make you want to hide. In times like these, we put ourselves under a microscope and we start to internalize some of the anti-trans hate. We scrutinize our appearance, our mannerisms, our behaviors, and even our motivations. We look for any sign of what we might deem masculine, and the desire to hide our transness increases. We wonder if we need more surgeries, facial feminization, rib removal, voice therapy. I never thought about these things till now. And yes, that's my privilege, but also maybe you feel this too. And it feels kind of ironic. We set out on our journeys as trans people to live our lives more authentically and to celebrate the things that make us unique. But we're told that to be visibly trans is to be a second-class woman or even to be a criminal. Instead of us living authentically, we're having to focus more on survival, on passing as cis. Even this alone is anti-trans, fascist politics successfully achieving its goal to erase us. Where we can, we need to challenge this idea. We need to embrace the most liberating truth. The truth that trans is beautiful. And if it's safe, I want you to embrace that with me, even if it's just alone in your bedroom where no one can see you. I'll be challenging myself to embrace the things that make me feel visibly trans because I can do so safely. The things that make me think man when I look in the mirror. My jawline, my brow bone, my hands, my feet, my height, my Adam's apple, my voice. I refuse to hide these aspects of myself because these aspects make me uniquely me. And honestly, if you look around, those features can be seen on so many cis women anyway, and cis women that we worship. Do you think they question their validity as women? No, and neither should you. I won't let anti-trans rhetoric and blatant misogyny trick me into thinking the hateful messages I've internalized are dysphoria because they're not. Say it with me, trans is beautiful. For those whose trans visibility might jeopardize your safety, I see you. Your trans community sees you. You are beautiful and we love you. Sometimes we have to make decisions about our existence primarily based on safety, and that's okay. I'm not here to question you. Do whatever you need to do, but remember, this too shall pass. Trans is beautiful.